Nissan Qashqai j10. What I'm doing is doing an internal cavity protection of the rear subframe, and I've attached this Dinitrol ML, which is designed for it's penetrating wax, designed for internals. So you can see it drips out quite nicely. It just flows in. Of course, with internals, you're not going to get any ability to remove the rust using brushes, metal brushes, or any other rust remover. So what we're doing is hoping for it to penetrate all the way through, and I'm going in through the cavities, pushing as far as I can do with the gun, and withdrawing it backwards and using a backwards and forward motion whilst pressing the Dinitrol, which is attached to the compressor, running at about I think it's 6 bar. Is it 6 bar? Yes, about 60 ps. It's about 60 psi. You do really need to check it because it does vary with different guns. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just working through the cavities of this rear section, which is known to rust, and just going through all the holes, just pulling backwards and forward, and that's that. So just a quick squirt of this thing. You'll hear what it sounds like, and that's it. It just shoots in. And you'll notice a wee drip here because I've got a slight leak in there, but it's not enough for me to justify stopping and cleaning it all out, because you need white spirits to just get a nice good seal. But next time I'll do that, what I'll do is I'll just get that seal tighter. It's the learning curve for me, and you can see it drips out, so paper to collect it and plastic to protect your driveway. I hope that helps. So I've basically sprayed the interior of the rear subframe with Dinitrol ML, which is very fluid, very easy to use, but getting into all the cavities, making sure you're getting into all the cavities is quite difficult on the subframe. Although there's lots of little areas, it's very tricky to get to make sure you get right to the end. So essentially I've done the best I can possibly do, which I've always said, if you can get 80%, that's perfect. And there's a very good chance you'll slow things down. The other thing which I'm now doing is I'm using this product called from Hammerite, which is Hammerite Underbody Seal with added wax oil. So why am I using the two? Well, I'm using the two different types because I have them. But one thing to say is this is really easy to use. So you always think you're going to get a lot of spray and a lot of excess from this kind of product, but not really. I'm just gonna pick an area and just show you how easy this is to apply. So again, bear with me because I'm the only person here, and there we go. I'm just gonna apply some over to there. That's it. Simple as that. Just work around, spraying the bits that you can see, which are nice and easy to see, and then change your angle, go back again and do the rest. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working from one angle and I'll change my angle and see what I can see and do the rest. So that's what I've been doing so far, which is just working through, as I said, change angle and work around, and there's the parts that I haven't done. Okay, hope that helps, but you can see how easy it is. Don't put this off, just go down there, get it done. So that's me completed the wax oil here. As I said, you'll see when you come back, you'll see little bits here and a little bit there which just need to be touched up, and as I said, just have to accept that a difference between a professional doing this and yourself is that a professional will get every single little bit of wax oil in the right places, except when you look at it, when you're not a professional, you'll come down and you'll go right down and it looks perfect, and then you'll go right underneath and you'll see that you could have possibly gone in there a little bit more. Can you see that? Okay, and that's the difference between professionals and amateurs. Well, looking at the other thing, professionals would take away all they pop out all these little caps out here and just pop them back, lift them back, and then you've got exposure to the metalwork there. Whereas in what I've done is just run it through the wax oil behind it, behind the sheets, and I'm hoping that the sheets have given it some degree of protection. So essentially what I'm trying to do is prevent the MOT guys saying, listen, you know what, your whole rear subframe is rusted. I'm hoping they'll say, listen, you've got some you've got one area here which has got is weakened, you need to plate that. And that's a big difference between a £750 job and a £100 job. So that's what I'm aiming to do. I'll probably do this again maybe in about a year's time. Why? Because it'll just tidy up the bits that I've missed. You get better each time you're doing these. The one thing I've learned is that it's not as messy as I thought it was going to be. You know, if you use the right precautions, you don't get the mess. So I'm going to leave this, I'm going to put the wheel back on and leave it sitting here, and then tomorrow I'll jack it up again and then have a look. But this time I'm going to put it on ramps, on drivable ramps, and have a look underneath, give it the once over, go back, tidy it up. But as I said, the one thing you can take away from this is don't be scared to actually try it. Go in there, get it done. Another thing I'd possibly do is get some sheets across these. You see a little bit of grease there. That's all going to have to be cleaned off with brake fluid, but you don't want to be doing that. So the next time I do it is just cover them up with the bin bags. That's my fault. I touched it as it came up, but you don't want to have grease on your brakes. If you've got grease on your brakes, it's going to get into the brake pads. Don't do it. Just tidy them up, and it's just going to save you possibly accidents, etc. So this is what I've learned, and hopefully that you guys will look up some YouTube videos, other YouTube videos, see how the people do it, put an amalgamation of information together, go out there and do it. Cheers.